From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, February 23rd, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. Arkanix Stealer, the new AI info stealer experiment. Researchers from Kaspersky now say that an information-stealing malware operation named Arkanix Stealer, that is Arkanix, which appeared on dark web forums towards the end of last year, was, quote, likely developed as an AI-assisted experiment, end quote. It included a control panel and a Discord server for communication with users, but has since been removed by its developer. Although it consisted of many standard data-stealing features that cybercriminals are already using, along with a modular architecture and anti-analysis features, the Kaspersky researchers said the clues that indicated LLM-assisted development, quote, might have drastically reduced development time and costs, end quote. AI-assisted hacker breached 600 Fortinet firewalls in 5 weeks. Following up on a story we covered exactly 1 month ago, Amazon is warning that, quote, a Russian-speaking hacker used multiple generative AI services as part of a campaign that breached more than 600 FortiGate firewalls across 55 countries in 5 weeks, end quote. As reported by CJ Moses, CISO of Amazon Integrated Security, the January hacking campaign did not rely on exploits. Instead, the threat actor, quote, targeted exposed management interfaces and weak credentials that lacked MFA protection, brute forcing with common passwords, and then using AI to help automate access to other devices on the breached network, end quote. Russia stepping up hybrid attacks, preparing for confrontation with the West. This dire warning comes from Dutch intelligence services who said that, quote, the intensifying cyber attacks, sabotage, and covert influence operations across Europe show the Kremlin is preparing for a prolonged confrontation with the West, end quote. 2 Dutch intelligence agencies, one general and the other military, said, quote, the Russian armed forces are preparing for the possibility of a conflict with NATO and are carrying out various activities to test the West's willingness to escalate, end quote. Their term hybrid refers to a blend of cyber attacks, sabotage, disinformation, covert political influence, and espionage designed to stay below the threshold of open war, end quote. Japanese semiconductor supplier suffers ransomware attack. Tokyo-based Advantest, that is Advantest, a supplier of semiconductor test equipment, said the attack occurred last Sunday and has impacted several company systems. Advantest is one of the largest manufacturers of test and measurement equipment used in the design and production of semiconductors for machine learning, autonomous vehicles, 5G systems, and more. Its tools have become critical assets in the production process of semiconductors globally. No group has yet claimed responsibility for this attack. Huge thanks to our sponsor, Adaptive Security. This episode is brought to you by Adaptive Security, the first security awareness platform built to stop AI-powered social engineering. Deepfakes aren't science fiction anymore. They are a daily threat. So here's a quick tip. If your voicemail greeting is your real voice, switch it to the default robot voice. A few seconds of audio can be enough to clone you. Adaptive helps teams spot and stop these AI-powered social engineering attacks, and you can learn more at adaptivesecurity.com. That is the 2 words, adaptivesecurity.com. Anthropic announces embedded security scanning for Claude. This new feature can scan a user's software code bases for vulnerabilities and suggest patching solutions. Claude Code Security, as it's called, will initially be available to a limited number of enterprise and team customers for testing, and this is after a year of internal stress testing conducted by and for the company. Anthropic says that as vibe coding becomes more widespread, the demand for automated vulnerability scanning will exceed the capacity of manual security reviews. New ClickFix campaign deploys Mimic Rat malware. A new report from cybersecurity research company Elastic Security Labs describes a new click-fix campaign that delivers a previously undocumented remote access Trojan called Mimic Rat. The sophisticated operation attacks compromised sites in diverse industries and geographies to drop a Lua scripted shellcode loader. The final implant, quote, communicates over HTTPS using profiles that resemble legitimate web analytics traffic, end quote. The researchers added that the campaign supports 17 languages with the lure content dynamically localized based on the victim's browser language settings to broaden its effective reach. Shiny Hunters beats the house in Vegas. Wynn Resorts appears to be the latest victim of the Shiny Hunters extortion gang. The group posted the company on its blog last Friday, claiming possession of more than 800,000 records containing employees' social security numbers and other private details. Wynn has until today, February 23rd, to reach out, otherwise a data leak and, in the words of the gang, other annoying digital problems will occur. A spokesperson for the crime group told the Register that its members gained initial access to Wynn's systems in September 2025, quote, via an Oracle PeopleSoft vulnerability using an employee's credentials, end quote. PayPal's small data incident has a long tail. PayPal is alerting customers of a data incident following a software error in a small business loan application system, which exposed sensitive PII, including social security numbers. Although the number of people affected was very small, around 100 customers, the data remained exposed for nearly 6 months last year between July 1st and the date of discovery, December 12th. PayPal has emphasized that this was not a breach and its systems were not compromised. The erroneous code has been since rolled back. Are you planning to be in San Francisco for RSA Conference next month? Then you need to join us for a live CISO Series podcast recording. On March 21st, we will be recording an episode at B-Sides SF just ahead of RSAC. If you have never been to one of our recordings, expect the same great conversations around the hottest cybersecurity topics with respected security leaders. But we also throw in a few games and audience Q&A. For more information on how to register, head on over to the events page at cisoseries.com. And if you have some thoughts on the news from today or about this show in general, please be sure to reach out to us at feedback@cisoseries.com. We would love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to cisoseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.